Hello, everybody. Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Hacklebeast, and I am casting set number 2 of today's Gambit Cup. Sash versus IFU. Cashew versus with the red one. I am Alfio. Alright, IFU. I am Alfio. I can't remember how we capitalized it. There's too much capitalization going on in these names. Alfio is red. Cashew is purple. How's Cashew capitalize it? Cashew doesn't capitalize it. Man, Hungarians are the best names. Alright. So, a PvZ on ground 0. Excuse me. Cashew, I'm glad to see Cashew playing. Because Cashew was largely absent from Nation War, and he was largely absent from the first round of Gambit Cup. And I was really a fan of Cashew. He made me a big fan of his after ISL 2. And then we haven't seen a lot from him compared to some other people. So I'm glad to see he's coming back a little bit. He's also playing in the Invitational. And on the other side we have Alfio, who is the Italian Protoss player. He's the Italian Protoss player. Cashew is going for an that's an overpull. He's going for an overpull, and Alfio has his forage up. He probably needs to throw down one cannon early. He does have a probe in here, scouting it out, so you can see how many eggs start once the spawning pool finishes. Looks like it's just going to be one set, but the probe left just a little bit too early, so he might have been able to get away with not building the cannon first, but building the Nexus first. Alright. Excuse me for 1 second. Alright. I really do like over-ear headphones. But the issue is when you wear them for hours and hours and hours, they're really good insulators on your ears. And then your ears get sweaty. And it's kind of weird. Anyway. Peculiar roll from Alfio. I'm pretty sure that's Goon type. Actually, I have no idea whether it's Goon type or not. I can't tell. It's certainly not Zergling type, anyway. It's Zergling type here. That's a funky way of doing it. But it should work. Cashew, Cashew going 2-hatch Noodleless versus Protoss? Interesting. 2-hatch Noodleless versus Protoss. Alfio does need to scout this, because if he doesn't scout it, then he won't have any anti-air in his base. Ooh, this might actually work out really well for him. The fire is about halfway done, and the core is just finishing up. So, only if Alfio was to throw down the Stargate immediately, as he probably will with this probe. There we go. The first Corsair will get out just in time, but one Corsair isn't going to be enough, and he can't get it with Dunes. He really needs the cannon. But normal timing would mean that he doesn't get the cannons down at the right spot. Here comes the Zoan and the probe just to harass a little bit. But will he be able to realize that something is wrong about this situation? And this might be an issue. Alfio isn't exactly the most active of players, and if you're not constantly playing against it, you might miss on the little nuances that would lead you to lead you to believe that there were mutalisks on the way. Now Cashew did save up his larva, so he has 6 mutalisks and a set of Scourge out. Set of Scourge are going to be able to kill the Corsair. Oh, but Alfio's going to have his cannons down. Well, at least he's gonna have the cannon in the main gun in time. But one cannon still might not be enough. The Mutalisk can focus it down. He's building a second cannon by his Stargate, but it doesn't exactly cover the mineral line. Alright, we'll see. First Corsair out. It runs away to the finished cannon. Now the Mutalisks are focusing. Oh, the Mutalisks are focusing on the cannon by the Stargate. He needs to get out of range of the other cannon. There we go. He finally does after losing, but he lost 2 Mutalisks in the process. He does kill the Corsair, which is helpful. And he's going to focus on the pylon to try to stop Corsair from coming out, +1 also being researched. Let's see what Ingenious Micro can do. Another pylon being constructed, and he's actually focusing down the pylon the pylon being constructed rather than this one. And there's reasons for that. It wasn't a mistake. Not quite striking the Dragoon, but I think with those 3 cannons here, he's really not going to be able to do too much. He might be able to get something in the natural, but Alfio is looking pretty tight at the moment. And these Corsairs are now starting to do a lot of damage. Cashew not doing the best of splits, but it was good enough to force the Corsairs back. He still does have a very large number of Mutalisks compared to the Corsairs. Ooh, turn on a second Stargate. I like that decision to go for a second Stargate. It's going to allow him to get out a lot more Corsairs, and he already getting the +1 anyway. And you can see how heavily invested Cashew is in his Mutalisk. Now the Mutalisk are somewhat stacking up, and you do want to keep them stacked up to a certain extent so that stray cannons like these aren't getting shots off. But at the same time, you don't want to keep them completely stacked up because otherwise the Corsair is doing so much damage per shot. It's a very hard situation to micro with, for most players, really. And looks like the cannon's going to be canceled. Trying to attack the gateway, and Cashew's Mutalisks are very clumped up. It loses 4, 5 of them. Of course, it has 3 kills on its own. Cashew's now hurting a lot. Both of those Mutalisks are going to die. One of them just barely survived. I thought he was going to go down. But Alfio is looking in a very good position. He's going to have a very strong Corsair fleet, and Cashew, not much Cashew can do about it, man. He's transitioning into 3-hat Hydralisk bust. He did manage to take out the cannons at the front, so if Alfio isn't prepared for it, maybe, but Cashew's playing pretty desperately at this point. Going to be taking out these Overlords. If he kills both of them, Cashew will be supply blocked. Scourge going to pick up some hits, but these Mutalisks are not going to be enough to deal with +1 Corsairs. +1 Corsairs do so much damage. Overlord goes down. Cashew is now supply blocked. And supply block is not what you want to be when you're trying to go for a Hydra. You need to be pumping out this Hydralisk as fast as possible. Well, once you get a good number of Hydralisks out, the Hydralisks will help to keep the Corsair numbers down at least, or if not keeping them, if not actually killing the Corsairs, then protecting what the Corsairs might be able to kill. Overlord Speed isn't quite finished yet. It's only about halfway done. We have a bit more time, but even after Speed finishes, the Corsairs are still faster. And with that many, and with +1, they'll be able to, they'll also be able to pick off Overlords if they're getting too far away. Now, Alfio has his Templar tag. Has not started stores yet. Going for the DC. And, Alfio's going to be able to clear out all the Overlords. It is not a score colony down here, so if all the Overlords go down, that DC is going to be able to do a lot of damage. Speed has finished now, so we can get more Overlords in, but Cassie was losing so many Overlords, down to 41 of 28, even less now, 41 of 20. But Sturge popped right at the right time, and the entire Corsair is going to go down, and he didn't quite finish off the last Overlord, still need a few more shots. He did kill a lot of Overlords, but I'm not sure that was worth it. That Corsair fleet is very expensive. It probably would have been worth it if he was able to kill off the last Overlords. And got the DC in there to do some economic harass as well, but normally you don't want to be trading 1-for-1 Overlords for Corsairs. Oh, Luke is another one. He doesn't have the magical number of Corsairs where they become invincible to Scourge anymore. And Cassie has not been able to produce a lot of Hydralisks, so by killing off the Overlords, he's severely delaying the Hydra buff. To the point where it's almost impossible to Hydra buff anymore. There's a third up for Protoss, and while Zerg's still only on 2 bases, there are a lot of speed left. At least I assume speed is finished. I'm pretty sure speed is finished. Storm is about halfway done. Yes, speed is finished. And really, once Storm finishes, there's nothing Cassie can do anymore. The game is just... I mean, the game's already kind of over. But when Storm finishes, it's super over. He does have speed for the Hydralisk, so he can run away somewhat effectively, but his ult is still faster. There's 2 DCs in the mix, so Cassie needs to be careful to keep his Overlords around. He does have them in good position, or he does have a lot of them. And there's the High Templar, which has enough energy for a Storm whenever it finishes, and that was a terrible Storm. He's not hitting a single Hydralisk. But it might not matter. Cassie's trying to micro his Hydralisks around, doing it in Secret Rovers, and actually has some pretty good micro, but it might just not be enough. Now, +1 has finished for the Zealots, so they are +1 speed lots, and the DPs haven't gone down yet. And oh no, the Overlords. Where did the Overlords go? Oh, Cassie didn't realize that there were Dark Templars in the mix, and that he needed to keep his Overlords around. So the Dark Templars were able to stay alive longer than they should have. And GG for fast too. Alfio takes game 1 for IFU. Um, 30 seconds time out. I'm gonna get myself some water. Alright, I think I have an idea. When getting the water, I thought about the guy who said that I kept touching my mic. and I'm not touching my mic, but I don't use a mouse pad. So it might have been when I pick up my mouse a little bit. If it's this sound, I can fix it. I just need to find a proper book to improvise with a mouse pad. Does this one work? No, it does not. Oh, apparently it wasn't that, so never mind that. I thought it was going to be all fancy. Forget that. I can go into set 2. Set 2 is far better than being fancy. Alright. We have Sash Zaraki. I don't know how Zaraki capitalizes his name. He doesn't capitalize his name. He used to capitalize his name. I think it used to be like capital Z, capital R, capital I. Dude, does Sash make it so you have to make your entire name lowercase? Because if that's the case, Sash is an awesome team. I just became a Sash fan. I just thought that all the Hungarians did that anyway. But maybe it's a Sash team rule. Does anybody else kind of find it weird that Osberg and Zergboy are obsing? Not that I'm finding it weird that there are obs, but like Zergboy's from Chile, and Osberg's from Macedonia, and known for having bad internet connection. So it's kind of weird to have those people chilling around obs in games. But apparently it's not an issue. So, whatever. Oh, wait, this boy from Russia? Oh, I'm thinking of Karen Boy. My bad. Yeah, my bad. So, Zaraki going for a 9 pull. Alfio has thrown down the Ford and is now going to scout out. The probe should have gotten in there to see the timing of the spawning pool and see that he does need to build cannons down immediately. Like right now. Like Alfio really needs to build cannons. There we go. That's one cannon. Is he really gonna... He's playing with 9 pool. Is he really gonna try to skimp on cannons versus a 9 pool? That's bold. That's bold, man. Oh man, he doesn't even have anything covering the cannon yet. He hasn't put the gateway there. Is he gonna have time to build the gateway there? He doesn't have a building position to do it. I just think drop the color to green. But the Zerglings seem distracted. So I guess there will be enough time, in fact. He's not pulling a bunch of probes. He's not pulling a bunch of probes. He has enough money for a cannon. But no, it is going to be for the other gateway. He's just going to roll with 1 cannon against 8 Zerglings. Or 7 Zerglings. One is missing. We'll see how this works. I don't even think that's in the right position for it to be tight. But Zaraki gonna pull back anyway. Man, Zaraki didn't chase that probe with all of these Zerglings. He would have got there well before the gateway was thrown down. And it couldn't have been blocked by 3 probes. Excuse me. So, anyway, looks like Alfio Didn't do the same Protoss stuff. Doing the same stuff he did last game. He'll have enough money for the starport once that Cybercore finishes. Zaraki is also going to be going for a fast layer. Oh. Never mind. Nothing going for a fast layer. That's bad. Oh, that's bad. Alright. So Zaraki's going to be going for a normally timed layer. And we'll be getting the fire, but not be going for super fast mutalisk. Won't be running into the same issues we had last time. I would be interested, though, to see whether Alfio goes double Stargate again, or whether it's double Stargate with a reaction. Because I think it was a reaction to seeing so many mutalisks so quickly. And if it was a reaction, then it was pretty cool. But it might just be what Alfio does. Double Stargate with +1. Be kind of extreme, but a possible build. Well, he started that +1 already. Like, that +1 was started as soon as the Cybercore was finished. Alright. A second Stargate hasn't been thrown down yet, but he does need to save his money to some extent, because he threw down the Fast Citadel. So he's going to be wanting to get the +1 speed attack timing attack once again. He does have the 100 gas for it now, so that should be fed any time. Well, actually, he's not going to do it immediately. He's going to wait a little bit longer for the +1 to get done a bit more. And the first Corsair is going to see the Overlord a little bit, but it's more important to get the Scout off at this point in the game. He hasn't had a Scout off since the first probe, so he doesn't have the luxury of being able to kill an Overlord. And he's not going to scout anything too fascinating. Zaraki throwing down the 4th hatchery, getting his Hydralisk again. I imagine that there's a 5th hatchery up here. Yes, there is. So Zaraki is playing everything exactly by the book, and none of these Corsairs manage to see what his opponent's doing. They can get at least one Overlord kill before he takes them out. Scourge are about halfway done, so yep, that Corsair should be able to finish it up. Alfio built a rather quick second gateway, so this +1 timing attack is going to be really strong. Speed is just about finished. +1 still has a bit of a ways more to go. Normally, Protosses will delay the speed, but last game got a faster speed too, and more zealots than normal. So we'll see what he's able to do with that. Zaraki has some nice City at both of his bases. So assuming that he gets appropriate number of Hydralisks out, he probably will be fine. The stream's still laggy? Really? I don't know what to say about that. I don't think it's me anymore. Anyway, Speedlock's coming out. They're going to actually attack before +1 finishes. How much more time does it have? It actually has a good amount of time. Alfio jumped the gun a bit on this. I'm surprised that he's going to go in before the +1. And going to be started behind some Zerglings, keeping the Zealots in range of the Sunkers a little bit longer. And Alfio's going to pull back after not doing a lot of damage at all. He managed to get a couple of drones, but lost 5 Zealots, I think? And all these other ones are heavily damaged. Man, now +1 is done. All we had to do was wait 10 seconds. Anyway, first Templar's out. He's not going to be going for DPs this game. gonna go straight for the High Templar. And Storm was started very early, so Storm is almost done as well. But it doesn't look like Jirachi has any interest in going for an aggressive opening, so the fast Storm isn't going to be really beneficial to him. So, Althea once again getting rather bold with his +1 Corsair. Didn't manage to lose any, but most players wouldn't have just flew right on top of the Hydralisk and the Spore Colony to get the attack off. Here becomes a Scourge. Most of the Scourge get hit. And now it's certainly going to lose a Corsair. One going down, the second one going down, and all of a sudden he's down to 2 injured Corsairs. And there's a borderline between aggressive and careless with the Corsairs, and Althea is treading that pretty well. I think he's a bit on the careless side, though. More Scourge coming in. Althea reacts. He sees the Scourge coming in, he splits one off, but he still manages to get it killed, and one Corsair takes some more Hydralisk shots, and didn't even get the Overlord. Oh, excuse me, we did get the Overlord. There's the other Overlord. Jirachi is now getting a lot of Hydralisk out. Ooh, and Althea doesn't have his army behind a wall. If Jirachi can attack from a nice angle here, he might be able to do a lot of damage. Here comes Jirachi coming in, getting a huge round of the Hydralisk, actually taking a few hits before the Master firing, and Storm's going down plus that attack easily. Nothing doing. Oh, man. Jirachi lost all of his Hydralisk. There's a little patch down here, but didn't quite make it in time. But Althea lost nothing in that attack. Man. Jirachi tried to get really fancy by bringing the Hydralisk up and do a surround to get and make the attack look nice and pretty, but the units were a little bit farther forward than he was expecting. So when he was moving his units in position, they were already being attacked, and then they were clumped up enough for Storm to do a lot of damage. And Althea is going to go for a counterattack now. He's also getting a little bit far ahead of the other units. So here comes the Storm, though. The Hydralisk is pretty clumped up. He has 200 energy, and with the Storm hard. But it's not going to matter. He just has enough zealots in the back. Now he showed off most of the Hydralisk, so he doesn't exactly have the biggest army. So Jirachi should be able to just win the war of attrition and eventually whittle this down. There are large dragoons, though. There are more dragoons than I initially realized, and Jirachi GG. Ouch. Althea wins. X2 for ISU. Very nice. Alright. You know what, man? I really didn't have a lot of nice things to say about Althea before this game started. Because I thought Althea was a bit overrated. But he's making me eat my words so far, man. Looking pretty dang strong. Which one? Yellow's not playing. Alright. So, we have Saf Lockdog versus Althea. Alright. Althea is the white Protoss. Saf Lockdog as the orange Protoss. Lockdog. Okay. So it would appear that it is not a Saf team rule that you have to have the entire name not capitalized. Darn. I was hoping that was a rule because it was really cool. Anyway, Lockdog, aka the Shockwave. is a very talented, very aggressive Protoss player who I enjoy Watch Dogs games quite a bit. Although he's another player who's like a really good player who he's around, he shows up every once in a while, but he's not super active in a lot of the Gambit Cups. So I'm glad to see he's playing now. Excuse me. Anyway, PvP on Aztec, and you know what? I really think that Alfio has a bit of advantage in this game. Because if Lost Dog wants to attack, Lost Dog has two options. You can either attack the short way up this little ramp, or attack the long way around this bend and then come up from behind. And if Lost Dog has to attack if Lost Dog goes up the ramp, it's just a death trap on this map. So many people try to go up the ramp, and so many people fail going up the ramp, because the units naturally want to go up it, and it's just a meat grinder. But if you have to go around, you have to waste extra time. As opposed to Alfio, where when Alfio attacks, the short way is the safe way. So I think we have a little bit of, in my opinion, we have a little bit of positional imbalance going on. We'll see if that actually happens. Anyway, both players getting the cores down now, and both players have their zealots on the ramp. Looks like Alfio was able to block the probe out, but Lost Dog didn't quite have his in the correct position. Excuse me. So, this probe is going to see that so far, Lost Dog doing the same thing as him. And if he keeps it, he kept it alive just a little bit longer, he would have been able to see what the next building was, whether it was a robotics facility or extra gateways or even a citadel, theoretically. But nope, he's going to be killed, and the advance from scouting is going to be pretty negligible. Alfio's going to GP us. Alright. Oh, and Lost Dog's going Robo first. Even if he does go Reapers before Observers for some reason, he still probably will be able to get the Observers out in time before the DPs do a lot of damage. So it looks like Lost Dog's going to have a huge advantage going into the rest of the game, assuming that he does not mess this up horribly. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chat, because my name is Hackleby, and people are talking a lot about hacking. So I keep thinking people are talking about me, and they're not. So, sorry if I'm a little bit distracted in this cast of this early game. But, the Clockway did throw down the observatory first, but he did responsible Protoss. So the observer will be out in more than enough time before that GP gets there, as it has just started its trek across the map. Now the Dragoon is actually blocking the ramp. The DP is going to be forced to attack it. Never mind, it doesn't block the ramp. I think it could have blocked the ramp if it had been in a different position, but he didn't quite have it in the right spot. Anyway, Observer's out, and DC doesn't quite sneak in. The probe blocks it. He's gonna at least kill that. It seems. Oh well. Anyway, Alfio is able to expand behind this because he knew his opponent's going to be pinned back a little bit, but at the same time, he has a much smaller army, and his economy is still going to be worse, as Lockdog didn't have to cut probes, and his expansion time is going to be really soon here. Anyway, Lockdog isn't going to be able to take the shorter path, just because Alfio doesn't have a big enough army to utilize the advantage there. He needs to pull back and have his cannons support him. And the cannons are going to finish just in the nick of time, but it still might not be enough. He's taking a lot of damage. He has a High Templar out, but not enough energy for Storm, and I don't even think Storm is finished researching. Zealots go down for both players, and one of the cannons is down. Alfio should be able to hold this for now. Cannons are slightly better than Goons. They have slightly more health and they shoot slightly faster. So, if the numbers are even for both players, it means Alfio has the advantage. But Lockdog needs to be able to get units in there faster. How is Storm looking? Storm is finished, apparently. Although he doesn't have enough energy for any more Storm. Meanwhile, Lockdog Templar Archive is just finished. His Nexus, his Nexus just started. His Expert is actually significantly behind Alfio's, which is already done. Alfio is going to have an opportunity to get back into it economically, and make up for the fact that he touched them in the beginning for the Templar Archive. Ooh, Lockdog with a shuttle and PDCs on the way. Have a dirty DC drop now, but there is one cannon morphing in the mineral line. Now, if Lockdog drops them along the sides, and the cannon should be able to pick off the DCs before they're able to get in, especially with proper probe control, micro them back and forth from and away from the geysers. But if he flies them on top of the cannon, if he flies shuttle on top of the cannon, and inches, or at least closer to it, and then drop them all off, like, for here, per se, then with the two Zealots, he's going to be able to kill it off, and there are no observers out for Alfio. We'll see, and that's what he's doing. He's dropping them on top, which is what you want to do in this situation, but the probes are being pulled anyway, and actually the probes are doing a very good job of blocking, but it doesn't matter. DC's such a strong attack that he was able to take out the cannons anyway, and now there are two DCs in the mineral line, and all the probes are going to be forced to retreat. There are a couple units at the top of the ramp and cannons up there, so they won't be able to get up, but these DCs are going to be able to do a lot of damage. Observer is out. He built his robo and his observatory in his natural, so Lockdog was surprised by the observer, not expecting for the tech to be up there. And wasn't able to do very much damage, actually. He killed the cannon, he killed some probes, he killed a zealot as well, but overall, not a very successful drop. Anyway, 73 supply for Lockdog compared to 70 for Alfio, and another DC sneaking in from the dropship. But the observer's going to get it before it does too much damage either. Only 3 probe kills. And he's going to just continue to ferry in DP one at a time. Really, Lockdog? I mean, I build you as an aggressive player, but I didn't build you as a jumper. Alright, we're going to be Team Heaven's Observer. So Alfio should be able to get stuff into position so it doesn't do any damage this time around. There's just minimal damage. Where are the units? Here they are. You probably won't be able to snipe the shuttle. You aren't going to quite get there fast enough. But the DC is going to be killed. Lockdog getting Storm at his own. And, here comes the Storm drop. But Lockdog, very preemptive with the probe pull. The Templar had no chance to do anything, only managed to throw the shooting. and do shield damage. Second storm and damage. But that Templar will not survive for long. This player is doing doing very well with their harassment defense. Both players have had multiple attempts on it, and essentially no damage for either player, other than a few pro kills from the DP from Lockdog. Anyway, here comes the attack. Alfio can go that way. He can go this way. There we go. Okay, he was scaring me for a second. I thought he was going to go that way, and I was going to be like, no, that's a terrible idea. This way still has the issue of you have to go up a ramp, but at least it's a big ramp. And, nice storm. Leading with the Templar to be able to get some damage off. And he still has another Templar back here with another energy for a storm. Huge storm from Lockdog as well. And Lockdog's trying to get into a good position, but he really can't find one. But a lot more reinforcements for Lockdog coming in. He was just stalling, waiting for that to happen. Storm going down, hitting both ways, essentially. And Lockdog's going to be able to clean this up. Yes, with overwhelming yellow numbers, in fact. And now, all of a sudden, Lockdog's leading by 20 supply after that engagement. He had more units to start with, but it certainly helped that he had a nice cave after messing around a little bit at the top of the ramp. Anyway, Lockdog getting good upgrades, getting +1, getting speed, and getting in mineral only. Alfio has begun the process of getting mineral only, but significantly behind. Where he just throw down a pylon. Lockdog's nexus is already halfway done. Alfio got his speed significantly faster, also got his +1 faster. In all three of these games now, Alfio's been going for very fast speed. Interesting. Anyway, so upgrades will be even as soon as that +1 finishes. But Alfio's just going to be at a little bit of a deficit. Now, this isn't an insurmountable deficit by any means. It's only 20, and 20 supply in a PvP can evaporate once you start to get up to high numbers pretty easily. But he's also going to be behind economically. This Nexus is halfway done compared to this Nexus, which not only has cannon support, but is fully saturated. DC gets in. Not really going to be able to do much. There's the observer. He's just going to try to hide. Oh, is it actually going to work? No. That's the equivalent of like the 5-year-old who runs into the corner of a room and just puts his hands over his eyes and gets into the fetal position and then says, "You can't see me! I'm not here! Go away now, please!" But Alfio is going to have none of those shenanigans. Anyway, Alfio is still behind by 20 supply. They're producing at similar rates. The economic benefit of the mineral only just starting to kick in. So the gap will slowly get bigger for Lockdog, but at the same time he's almost maxed, and once he hits max, obviously Alfio is going to be able to catch up to him. That's an Zealot. Looks like Lockdog's gonna continue to be really aggressive with his expansions, taking a 4th base that Alfio hasn't quite scouted out yet. He could take it out theoretically, but at the same time, when attacking this base with a good host of units, which you would have to do to get up the ramp against so many cannons, he's going to put himself in a pretty bad position and be fearful of the counterattack. But here he goes, going to come up before the next wave of cannons finishes. So here the Zealots are going to go down. But now here comes Lost Dog going in for the counterattack. And this is what I was saying about he's going to be in a bad position. Almost drawing out Alfio into an engagement he really didn't want to get into. And now both armies are streaming along each other, and now it's a really odd engagement. Neither player really wanted to be at this angle, but it's a matter of who can make the best of a bad situation. Storm's going down for both players, getting some amount of kills, but I think the overwhelming number of Zealots from Lost Dog is going to be too much for Alfio to handle. They're slowly sweeping down, slowly taking out units as they go. And it looks like, yes, Alfio's entire army is going to be cut off, and more importantly, he can't even retreat. Because of the way that Lost Dog's army was positioned, there was no retreat path for him. So more units are coming in for Alfio. Is Alfio's reinforcements actually going to be able to make the difference? Oh! Alfio doesn't have an observer! There is no observer for Alfio, so 3 DPs are going to do a lot of damage, actually. There they are, 2 observers on top of each other. And these DPs, they get the Archon, but get trapped. Manages, only gets 1 though. 2 DPs barely getting in the way, 1 shot each. And is the observer going to go down? Nope, not quite. Well, Alfio, in the series of those engagements, has equalized the supply, 120, 118. And now, both players, main and natural, are starting to run on empty. Lost Dog's main is completely mined out. It looks like Lost Dog is once again going to try to go for an expansion. He can't really defend it if it is scouted by Alfio. But this might not be what Alfio is thinking of. And Probe coming in for the early transfer. And the DP is there to pick up some kills and get away. So close. He's cannon shooting. Alright. Yep. And this expansion is going to go down. There's no defense. Lost Dog really didn't have anything though, but still. Almost 1,000 minerals. No. Not almost 1,000 minerals. 700 minerals. 750 if you count the canceling of that last cannon. So, Lost Dog at 2-0 and getting his +3. Alfio at 2-1 and getting armor and shield. Like here's going to be a big engagement now. Alfio not having to attack up the ramp, so he's got a little bit of a disadvantage. The Lost Dog wasn't ready for the engagement, so his army wasn't at the optimum angle he would want either. This is a very big speed drop battle. Both players really investing in those. They use Archons to make a huge difference as they do a lot of damage and do a lot of splash damage. It's going to be close for both players, but it looks like Alfio is just going to barely make out with his by virtue of having more Archons. He has 3 done and 1 more thing. Lost Dog does have a good number of Dragoons, and Dragoons are pretty good versus Archons without Zealot support, but at the same time, just that small number of Zealots should be enough to force Lost Dog to retreat like this. Only 2 cannons up right now, and a couple more morphing, but that might be just barely enough defense to keep the mineral only alive. Alfio is going to pull back. Meanwhile, Lost Dog going for yet another secret expansion. I don't think that's no, his Cylons actually weren't killed. So, Lost Dog just reusing them. Meanwhile, both players' naturals are getting even closer to depletion. And now the mineral onlys are also trying to get close to depletion. Alfio has set up a space in the middle of the base. It is very hard to defend this space without map control, but so far Alfio has been the one to be attacking all game long. And it looks like Alfio is actually going to go for yet another kind of expansion. It's kind of an interesting choice. This one would be a lot safer. But by taking this expansion, you're just going to have your army closer by to it at all times. So if it is attacked, you can rest your army there faster. Because I believe what the thought process is behind it. Oh, getting some probes transferring. Although, I think Alfio went, wait, probes transferring? I should go check to see if he got an expansion. And that's a lot of cannons. But cannons aren't so good versus speedlocks. Is there an observer? Yeah, there are a couple of observers back there. So, DC's gonna get out of there. 122 supply compared to 170 for Alfio. Alfio has exploded in supply count compared to Lockdog. Lockdog's been investing a lot of money in failed expansions, and Alfio has his expansions have been completely untouched. Now, Lockdog's unit is attacked from the best angle possible, clumping up with Great Storm. If there's a way for Lockdog to win a battle with such a supply deficit, this is going to be it, but will it be enough? There are DCs in the mix, but Alfio has observers, so the DCs are going to go down. There are a couple cannons back here that the Dragoons can retreat to, but I think that's just enough speed lock that it won't matter. I think that Alfio is going to win a third game in a row in a nice PvP. Big Storm going down, hitting 4 goons. All the cannons have fallen. The last mining base for not the last mining base. The mineral only is going down to Lockdog. Lockdog still does have this base that's mining, but he might not be able to defend his main. More probes being transferred, and they're going to get out without taking damage from the 2 Archons. Very lucky for them. 2 High Templar are trying to flee. One of them getting Storm off. Another one now has enough energy for a Storm. Not exactly hitting a lot. Lockdog sending out more speed locks. Will the speed locks be enough? I don't think so. These Archons are going to be so strong. 27 kill Archon right there. 29 kill Archon. And these aren't probe kills. These are unit kills. And now the Archons are invading the main. I think that is GG for Lockdog. He's not going to be able to really make an army again. It's just going to be sending out streams of units. Try to get DCs out. So many DCs have been. But Observer overhead, Alfio doing a good job of making sure that his units aren't getting a little bit too far ahead of themselves. There's an Archon just sitting back here for Lockdog. How did you know I was going to do a DC draft? How did you know? Man, like, Lockdog thinking he's so clever. It's like, man, there's no way to see a DC drop coming. It would be so delayed. Oh man, I'm gonna get to a good position so you can actually read all this stuff. Oh, you all just a bunch of noobs. Alfio laying down the smack talk. Lockdog hasn't played a game in 5 days. Oh, Alfio plays SC2 for 6 months. They're talking in some language I don't know. Where's Lockdog from? He's like Romanian, right? I'm pretty sure. I know Lockdog's from some Baltic country that's not Hungary. No talk, so fast off. It's strange. Croatia. Thank you. It's Croatia, not Romania. That's right. Does Hungary not count as a Balkan country? I don't know where the Balkans actually stop. I just never really thought about it. In my mind, I always just considered everything south of the Czech Republic as the Balkans. But there might actually be like a real definition for how far north the Balkans go. Wait, what the hell? I'm taking this away for a second so you can see, like, there's like a significant amount of this replay left. I'm gonna speed this up, because clearly nothing's happening. Really? The Sasquatch, Lock Dog's just building cannons, man. Oh no, he lost the cannon defense. Alright. Sorry if I just, like, sped through somebody's favorite part of the game. It's like, oh man, I love watching Speed Launch attack cannons, and that was awesome! And you totally just rushed through it. But... oh! The Sasquatch! Sass was out of players, so the Sasquatch was trying to buy time to get more players. Nice! Alright, well, there is a game 4, so apparently the Sasquatch did buy enough time. And let's see who the 4th player is. Who was Sass able to wrangle up? It would be... Kid Canada! What? He plays Brutalist still? Alright. Let's go, man. The return of Kid Canada. Dude, today was just like filled with people who haven't played in a long time. Alfio isn't very active. Cassie isn't very active. The Stockway isn't very active. Kid Canada isn't very active. Who was the other Sass player I'm forgetting? Oh, Zeraki. Okay, so Zeraki doesn't count. But like everything else today in this matchup. Alright, good stuff, man. Alright. So, in the left position we have Alfio, who's 1 win away from getting an all-kill for Team IFU. In the bottom position we have Draw, who's Sass. I thought Sass would be really good for winning these 4 matches, but this is not a good start. Still no Zuki. No Zuki, no Ace, not even D-Knock. So everybody was like so hyped to see Sass just add him to their team. But no, not even him. Alright, man. That's a pretty hard task from Desakwe. Looking at the last game, it's like Desakwe is okay. I need to buy enough time to allow my manager to convince Kid Canada to play a StarCraft game. That's like that's a pretty long time, man. It's like, alright. I need half of this radioactive carbon to leave. That's how much time you need to buy in the StarCraft game. You need to buy enough time to go through 1 half-life of carbon-14. It's a bold test. I can see why you built a lot of cannons, man. Not much else you can do. I should probably be less mean to a person who's in chat. I should be less mean to just people in general, but especially considering he's in chat. I only do it because I miss watching you play for Canada. I enjoyed it when you were doing funky stuff before. Going out there, proving why 12 next was actually the worst PvP strategy possible. Good times. Good times. Alright, both players have a scout in the base. Alfio's Dragoon's a little bit slower because he built Zealot first instead. And actually, Alfio's going to be able to get his probe out. With no damage! No damage on that probe. That's pretty impressive running away from the Dragoon. To Canada's probe, not so skilled. So both players going for range. Canada getting the Robo Bay, and Alfio... There we go, also getting a Robo Bay. Or Robo Facility, not a Robo Bay. Excuse me. Now, Alfio's is significantly slower than Draw's, which is just about finished now. Because Alfio built extra units, building those two zealots, slowing down a bit. But he's going to allow him to do a little bit of pressure here. And let's see how good Draw's micro is. He should be able to win this engagement. He has more goons, but he has to avoid taking too many hits from the zealots. And it's some pretty fancy micro. Pretty fancy micro. Doesn't lose its mood. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. 3 goons versus 2 goons, 2 zealots. No casualties. Now, a third game came in to ruin the no casualty part. But actually, Alfio has 2 goons to defend. He's going to be forced to pull probe. He does have the high ground, which is going to help out a lot, but I think that probe is snipeable. Straw doesn't see it though. Anyway, Alfio already has a shuttle out. No, not quite out yet. And he's going for a fast Robo Bay. And Draw also going for the fast Robo Bay, so both players not going Observer first. We're going to have some nice early Reaver battles going on, and Draw's going to have a little bit of an advantage. He's in an aggressive position, and he has a few more goons out, just because Alfio lost his early units. Not to mention his Reaver should be getting out faster. Yeah, his Reaver is just about done now. Although Alfio's Reaver should finish by the time that Draw's able to fly it over. And the show's already done, so he doesn't need to worry about any walking time for Reavers. Which, like, normally it wouldn't matter. It's just like, oh, he only needs to get to here. But it's a Reaver. So walking time from here to here. Wait. Alright, random plug for the country of Macedonia. Interesting. Anyway, Alfio's going to move out now that he equalized the number of goons with Draw. And it looks like there's going to be a pretty even trade, but a couple more goons coming out for Draw. He's going to mean that Draw's able to fight up the ramp. Now, all these probes are clumping up trying to be pulled. Where is the Reaver? Where's the Reaver? There's the Reaver. And it is, so many probe kills. So many probe, Alfio lost. There's nothing Alfio can do. Alfio lost his game. Draw just won it with a Reaver. Man, Reaver harass! Too good! And the thing is, if they had been in switch positions, he wouldn't have been able to do it. Because he had to fly the Reaver into the back of the main, and if Draw had been here, he would have had to fly the Reaver all around. Alfio would have had more time to defend it, more chances of being spotted, whatever. It wouldn't have worked as well. Anyway, Draw's gonna move up the ramp with a couple dunes. Looks like Alfie's gonna try to do a little bit of Reaver harass of his own, but he only has one kill. That's nowhere near enough. There's actually no defense though. Draw's pulling all of his probes. It might not matter because I mean they're dunes killing all of Alfie's stuff, but Reaver can still do some damage. Nope. Nothing. Alright. So, GG from Alfio. Boom! Draw! Saving Team Sass! And they have a chance. Do I actually have any more replays? I have no more replays. Oh. Haha! 3 files are waiting for me. Let me download those. Shoot, they didn't save the right place. Man, I just want them to always go to my desktop, and for some reason they just never want to go to my desktop. Now I gotta go play the game of find the file. Oh. Alright. Putting them in the right folder. Closing that. Reloading this and ISU 6, 7, and 8. Alright. So let's see who is next for Kid Canada to face to try to save face for staff. We have IFU Must. Right? Yeah, IFU Must. Fast draw is white. Black. And Must will be teal. Is Must capitalized? Not only is it not capitalized, it's not a dash. Man. I don't know why people and fans have like different punctuation between their name and their clan name. Whatever, man. It's fine. It's a PvP on Jade. Jade is a reverse ramp map, which I think of all the matchups probably matters the most in PvP. Because PvP is going to be the situation most often where you get into a situation that your opponent has ranged units at the top of the ramp and you have to try to fight your way up it. And it's something to really look out for, because it's so hard to come back from that situation. You have to try to get a Reaver, and then hope your Reaver can do things, and it's hard to get vision up at the top of the ramp anyway for your Reaver to attack. I think you get a little bit too close with the shuttle gets sniped, and bad things happen. Great leads down for both players. So far, so good. Must is going to go out with a normal scouting time, and Draw's going to be all fancy and not scout. Ooh. Doesn't give a shit what Must is doing, man. That's cool. He doesn't give a shit what Must is doing because he's 10-12 gating. Like a champ! Yeah, build a champion right here, man. Just kill him with slow lock. Anyway, so Must obviously got his gas, and his Cyber Core should be coming up in the relatively near future. It's going to be the next building he builds. But unfortunately for Draw, he's going to have to work with cross position, which means he's also going to be a little bit slower for getting there, although that's not going to be a huge difference. Must now scouting out what his opponent's doing. Will the scout... Nope. Sell it. ever so close to getting there to block the ramp, but not quite. So, Musk, south of the base, I don't think he actually saw this gateway, but he sees how late the assimilator is, and now he sees this gateway. Musk should probably bring this zealot back. Time he needs to defend with it. I hope that's not a sarcastic part to Canada, because I was saying complimentary things about the 10-12 gauge. This was my entire build, man. Like, when I was learning how to play StarCraft, I 10-12 gated every game, every matchup. It's like, versus Zerg, 10-12 gate, attack with slow lock. Versus Terran, 10-12 gate, attack with slow lock. This is what I did when I didn't know how to play StarCraft, man. I went to Wikipedia, I picked the build, and it's like, I'm going to do this one every time, 10-12 gate. So no, I'm not saying, I was not being sarcastic when I said build a champion, man. I love the 10-12 gate. So, anyway, just on the Zealot first attack, 3 Zealots and a Dragoon, with another Dragoon semi-close to it. It's kind of like weird, there's like such a gap between like this Goon and then the Zealots, and then this other Goon way the hell back here. So, I'm just gonna call it 3 Zealots and 2 Dragoons. And Musk has a Dragoon. Musk is so screwed. So screwed. Even if Canada doesn't attack, and he just hold the ramp with 3 Zealots and 2 Dragoons, he could go for a fast expansion and then just win. Because he can stop Musk from getting expansion until at least 3%. 10-12 gauge good, man. I like 10-12 gauge on reverse ramp map. Well, Musk trying to pull probes to get some kind of damage done, but Toucan is doing a good job of keeping the Dragoons away as much as he can. Another Goon is coming in to help with the attack, and now the probes are without support, so yeah, Musk is pretty dead. The steel battery. That's nice, I guess. Zealots are down. That's a positive. But Musk is dead. Yeah. 12 compared to 31 slot. There we go. To Canada. To Canada. He's got 2 down. 2 down, 2 to go. Who's next for ISU? That was a really weird split. Did you guys see that? It like went over to here and then came back. Anyway, the voice smokes fast. We have draw as the blue goes off. And we have Eon Zerg as the yellow Zerg. Eon Zerg. That's not it. I'm gonna... Is it this one? Ah! Oh, man! God damn, the capitalization that I've messed up every single time. Dude, I think I do that, like, I think I go through the same thought process in my head. Because I capitalize it, it's like, okay, it's every other letter. E, capital O, N, capital Z, lowercase e, capital R, lowercase g. And then I go, wait, it's not supposed to be a capital R. It's supposed to be capital G, that's right. It's like capital G and capital G. And I look at it and it's like, nope, it's not it either. It's like, oh, man. Eonzug. Let's fill these up. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Alright. So, Eonzug with the overpull. Kid Canada forward first. And he will be throwing down a cannon. So, Straw hasn't quite thrown down the cannon yet. The first set of derbies are on the way. Still has a little bit of time to throw it down. Should be, there we go. Waiting a little bit long to throw it down. But it can be up in time. Eonzug only building one set of derbies though. So, Straw doesn't need any more than one cannon. At least not for the early game. Well, the map is chain reaction, since I haven't saved it yet. And this map has a lot of weird paths around the side that you can abuse as well, really either race. But specifically as, excuse me. Well, really either race. I'm not even gonna specify it for one. There are a lot of different things you can do, like, it's kind of like Heartbreak Ridge in that way. Heartbreak Ridge, there are a lot of kind of weird things that won't work on standard 4-player maps that just kind of work on Heartbreak Ridge because of the back door or because of the position for proxies or whatever. And this map kind of has the same kind of thing. Eonzug going for a fast third hatchery. I really wouldn't be surprised to see him go for like a 3-hatch Hydra Bust. Just because on this map it can be really hard for Zerg to take a 4th if you're not excuse me. It can be really hard to take a 4th if you're not controlling the map really well. So like for this turtle style just does not work at all. You cannot hold this space with a Sim City and hold this space with a Sim City. It's just not gonna happen. Straw's a nice wall of his own. I'm not sure if this is tight, but even if Eonzug goes through it, he's not going to be able to get very much. So, looks good. Anyway, not to mention, if you do go for a Hydra Bust, you can mine out the back here, and then come up the side, and then attack the Nashville from the other side, be able to shoot down from here. Actually, the Hydra Bust is on the front, so that can make a difference, but still, attacking the other side. And they're definitely going to go for it. They're all focusing on a pylon. And the pylon doesn't even take health damage. Deflected with ease. I think 3 cannons might be a little bit excessive. Never mind, I take that back. Eonzug rallying in a lot of speedlings. They're speedlings, right? Yes, they are speedlings. But this is tight. I do not know how Eonzug is going to have a chance of breaking this. He could try to go around. Hydralisk Hydralisk Den almost done. So he's gonna back it up with a Hydralisk buff. It's probably gonna be a good move for Eon Zerg to not attack now. If you wait until the Hydralisk, then you can use the Hydralisk to range down the forge and the Gateway, and then swoop in with all the Zerglings when there's not a nice wall. Although, it doesn't mean that Eon Zerg is not going to have any defense for his Overlord. So draw can essentially kill him for free. Eon Zerg already supply blocked. Going to be more supply block. Nope. Not going to allow you to take out that Overlord. Oh, going to be more supply block anyway. And done. Alright, so it doesn't look like Eon Zerg has any intention of mastering up, of getting a nice, healthy economy behind this. He's throwing down a 4th hatchery, not getting more drones, although he can't really do that because the supply is huge. Is Chicana going for a fast? Yes, he is going for a fast Templar attack. Storm is going to help out so much against the Hydralisk buff. I really do not think this is going to work in Eon Zerg. But we'll see. This is a nice wide opening for a lot of Hydralisks to get in from. You can't get very deep with the cannon. I'm trying to look at this like in the best possible way for Eon Zerg. It's kind of difficult, but no sense. Hydro buff is just good. They can work even when they shouldn't. Putting a Sunken here. Is he actually gonna try to Sin City this? I guess so. I thought because he had enough Zerglings up at the front that he really wasn't gonna need to bother to throw down any Sunken, just because the Zerglings were gonna be able to deal with any things else to come out. But he pulled the Zerglings back, and he's not trying to Sunken up. First CP out for draw. And is there a Spore Colony? There's not a Spore Colony, but there's enough Hydralisks to defend the Overlords there. So the Corsairs probably aren't going to be able to do too much. There's a Spore Colony at the third. So, other than killing a lot of the Zerglings, DC is probably not going to be able to do too much economic damage. Good use throwing a pylon down here so we can see if this is being mined out or if the temples are being destroyed. Good heads up decision just to make sure that there's not anything else sneaky going on aside from the ridiculously large number of Zerglings for this point in the game. Fire almost done for Eon Zerg. I guess Eon Zerg really is going to try to transition into a normal game. With, I don't know. I mean, he's just so far behind that it's hard to say, yeah, transition into a normal game is the right decision here. But at the same time, Draw was looking pretty defending against the Hydralisk stuff. So, given that he made an awesome wall, it's kind of hard to say which one would have been better. Oh, man. And all the Zerglings are dead. 15 kills and 8 kills. All different. Setting up a nice +1 speed block army ready to go, and the Zerglings are just going to see it as moving out. There's some Sunkens at the front, 3 Sunkens, but only 1 Hydralisk to defense, not to mention that there's no real Sim City here. So this might be able to be taken down by the Zealots. As for the main, even less defense. Well, no, it's going to be about the same amount of defense. Alright. I'm kind of surprised, Draw is waiting to the attack. Yums are using the time to throw down lots and lots of function colonies. Oh. That's why. Kill him, Josh. How do I at least stop some of it? Okay, it wasn't that big of a deal, which was only 6 kills. That looked like more than 6 kills worth of drones, though. Alright. Anyway, large number of zealots here being attacked by the Mutalisk. There are a couple of Corsairs should be able to deal with them. Well, that many Mutalisks. And they have 4 Corsairs, even without Archon. So, they're going for some kind of 3-base turtle zerg. And turtling hard, turtling with a lot of function colonies. Starting to get a 4th here, but he's not actually improving much on his drone count. So. There we go. I found it. Second one. So, very scary speedrun army. Templar with, with 4 storms, soon to be 6. And, all the Scourge going down. Storm whiffs on the Mutalisk. But the Corsairs should be enough to deal with this. They're trying to snipe Templar. But were they? Not clear. And here come the Seedlocks now. There's no other units to support it, and something don't do that much damage. I don't know what that storm was supposed to do. But, there were enough Mutalisks from Eon Zerg to defeat the Corsairs, and now an Archon's coming in. The Archon's going to be the only defense as the Mutalisks attempt to snipe High Templar. I think they're going for High Templar, but it's not clear. He's getting a lot of shots off on Zealots. With Archon having a hard trouble actually connecting with the Mutalisk ball. Good matchup by Eon Zerg, just to make sure that he isn't losing his Mutalisk. Draw, well-established, 3rd. Really could go for a 4th if he wanted to. Eon Zerg has no conventional ground army. That's one. Wait. What? I don't know why I felt it was necessary to destroy that cannon. I guess... Did that cannon put that gateway actually make that tight? I thought there was a gap. Not important. Mutalisk will look for some kind of harassment to do. There are multiple cannons in the mineral line, so probably not going to be able to get many probes, but he's able to pick off a hanging pylon. And transferring drone. Nope, pulled the transferring drone back. Nice. That would have been bad. But here comes the huge army for Draw now. And I don't think that's just going to be enough function colonies to deal with it. He's having a little bit of trouble getting the Zealots into the battle. They're getting stuck behind the Dragoons, but once he gets the Dragoons far enough up the ramp, I think that the space is going to go down. Yes, Mutalisk are trying to fly in. They spread out a little bit to avoid Archon fire, but there's still enough Dragoons. And Archon did enough damage that he couldn't take them out. There's only 2 Sunkens left, only 1 Sunken left, and Eon Zerg doesn't have the ground reinforcements that Zerg normally has to come in and deal with these lone units like this. And as the Dragoons will get farther into the base, trying to avoid fire, getting out of range of that Sunken, and now they should be able to do a lot of damage. If nothing else, take off the rest of the drones. This base is still trying to be established, only 1 Sunken, but Eon Zerg isn't working with a lot of money right now. I don't think Draw actually knows about this base yet, but it just doesn't matter at this point because it's not populated, so it's okay for Draw to not take it out. Here comes the ground army for Eon Druid's final. He has at least a little something, not the biggest, but he's gonna be able to kill the Dragoons. However, it's probably not gonna be able to match up with the next wave incoming. I don't see an observer with this army, and there are lurkers out now. Observer? Ah, there's an observer. Okay, observer's coming. Draw, starting to set up his force. A lot of lurkers. Trying to figure out why there was retreat spread out here, but it's because there was a colony here that got destroyed. This does just look like weird creep spread, because that's weird, and the way that this works on the ramp is weird. Trying to figure out the temples to unite the two bases. But this attack looks like it's going to be too strong for Eon Druid to handle. He, once again, doesn't have many ground forces, and he hasn't had a chance to rebuild all of his sunken. Big storms going down, not killing a whole lot, but there wasn't a lot there to begin with. I'm fairly sure this is going to be the final attack. I really don't see how Eon Druid is going to survive this. At least with the last attack that happened, there was a good number of, Draw lost a good number of units taking out the Sunken, but this time around, he's essentially at full force. Here comes a lot of lurkers, though. Are lurkers going to be enough? I don't think so. I think that Draw has enough units just to handle them. The Sin City is almost gone. Draw's going to back off and just let the units range the half through. Storm hits the lurker. And so, IFU wins 3 games, and Alfio is looking like a champ. But then Draw comes in and wins 3 games of his own. And we have a tied series. Will we see the first reverse all kill? I'm pretty sure it's the first reverse all kill. I don't remember Sale having one. Set number 7. Who will be Draw's final opponent from IFU? And we have Draw versus Oxburg. Oh, I don't know how to get bugs on. Okay. Oxburg. Oxburg. As blue. I got a message. And Draw. Oops, don't even think that name. Green. Yep, I got confirmation it will be the first one. So, well, man, the Build Lots of Speedling said he didn't work out so well for Eon Druid. But this isn't Eon Druid. This is Oxford. We'll see. Alright, the map is ground 0, so very boring, very open, nice macro-oriented map. Alright. Oxford? Oh. What? Have I seen this thing? Adobe Flash Track for me. Oh, okay. My chat hadn't been moving in a while, and I was wondering if everybody was just quiet. But apparently, Adobe Flash Track for me. And I only just realized it now. Hey, people have been talking. Awesome. I just missed like 10 minutes of conversation. So, well, Oxford doesn't have its gas yet. That's kind of weird. It's hard to have seedlings without gas. I think I'm actually going to miss the start of the Super Bowl. Casting this. Because it doesn't look like Oxford can go for an all-in. Blowing my mind, but it looks like Oxford actually wants to play a normal game. Alright then, let's do this. Normal game it up. No, meanwhile, draw. Going for the Seagate. Going for the Seagate Reserve. Seagate's a strategy where when it works, you just look like a genius, and when it doesn't work, you just look like an idiot. But I already talked about earlier how awesome I think Seagate is. And I talked about how I used to think it worked for every matchup. So, you know what? I'm just going to say it's awesome. There's no way that Seagate can fail. It is a perfect build. Anyway, Oxford is thrown down with his third hatchery, doing it in a little bit of a safer location, not going to do an expansion. And he should be getting his layer pretty soon. There it is. Where it started. Nope. Still gonna move it away. Not gonna get caught by Zergling. And so, meanwhile, it looks like Dog's just gonna do normal stuff behind the Seagate. He's not making any more Zealot, and he's gotten his core, gotten the Forge, gotten the target. So we won't see any early aggression from him. It's just that he's going to have the ability to produce Zealots faster, and he's going to have a couple extra compared to what he normally has. Oh, he can actually sell it. So that he gets support an extra cannon, apparently. Okay. Apparently the Super Bowl's in 15 minutes. I can't actually remember when the Super Bowl was. I knew it was sometime in this hour, but I couldn't remember if it started at 3 at my time or if it started at 3:30. So apparently it starts at 3:30. Alright, aside from the Seagate, it's, standard for both players. Cannon going down in the main mineral line. I assume Gang's about to be thrown down in the natural one as well. Anytime now. Oxford taking a third. He didn't take a natural, which is what most of them do in this situation. He took the third that Protoss Baron normally takes. So while it's going to be easier for him to defend, it's not going to allow him to take a fourth any easier than it would be otherwise. Anyway, Corsair managed to pick up 2 kills, and only chased away, but still didn't get killed. Let's go upgrading Mr. for Oxford. Oxford's not being very clear of what exactly he... That's not tight, is it? It looks tight. Like, it doesn't look like lurkers can get out. Anyway, Oxford's not being very clear what he's going for, in that, if he wanted to, he could go for a Hydra Bust right now. And just flood with Hydralisk. At the same time, he could go for a pretty economic style. He's been doing that. He has actually rather nice saturation at his, especially at his natural, but also to some extent in his main. Or he could go for a tech route if he wanted to get Hive really quickly. And all those would be rather viable from this position. But keeping himself open as to which one he wants to do. First two keys are out for draw, but they're not going to make any progress. He's already on the way anyway. 4 down at the third. Alright, first lurkers are out for Oxford. And a 6th hatchery. That is hatchery number 6, right? Yes, that is hatchery number 6. I find it really hard to believe that lurkers can get out here. Whatever. Ooh. Ooh. Draw getting all fancy with the Dark Templar, researching Maelstrom. Oh, we don't have observers. Where's the Robo? Do you really not have a Robo? that's funny. Oh man. The fancy Dark Templars don't work on burrowed lurkers. And he's just gonna run by him with Zealots. Like the fine man. Whatever, it's only field damage. It's only field damage. And that's what the Marines get really jealous. That is allowed to happen. Oh, Dark Templar got hit. But he was going to go down, and it looks like plus 2 is going to be stopped. That lurker should be in range. Nope, but this one is. Robo has finished, but still needs the observatory. Lurker's going to pull back anyway. Oh man, he trapped the lurkers and zealots. I don't know why that's so funny. Alright, we got drops. Hydras, 8 Hydras, 8 Hydra, 8 Zerglings. Okay, so like 4 Lurkers, 12 Hydralisks, 16 Zerglings. About 16 Hydralisks, 16 Zerglings, 4 Lurkers. You know, worked really good on that. Dude, if he Maelstroms the Doom Drop. Oh god, it'd be so sexy. The Dark Archon is not going to actually be in position, but that would be so. Well? Oh! God. Almost. Well, all the units being dropped off. Didn't exactly drop them in a spot where the Hydralisk can get a lot of damage. So, which means that if he wants to get to raising up the building kills, he has to get... Oh, there we go! There we go! I think most of them had dropped anyway, but at least got him to the open so the Corsairs could kill him. Anyway, he got them in a position where they weren't going to be able to get many building kills, and he couldn't use the buildings to help him keep first up units away. So, a little bit unfortunate for him. And that drop's going to pretty much just fail. The kill count on these Corsairs must be ridiculously high now. 5, 3, 3, the 2 stacks are the other two. So, oh, no, it's not a base, it's just like Narzelos. Oxford is going to try to take a force now, and a very easy fit behind the force. And it looks like he wants to try to stop the draw first, but the Dark Templar is going to be enough to hold that off. Probably be enough to hold it off without the Dark Templar anyway. Nope. Gonna get another Overlord. Straw has a lot of Overlord kills this game. It's a 108 supply compared to 166. Okay, 3, 1, 2, so 6 kills, 12 kills, no, they're moving again. 17 kills, 20 kills, 23 kills, and 25 kills. Okay, so 25 Overlord kills so far is pretty good. Oh, and he kept that Forge alive. So that he got his +2 done. And now working on 2-1. But, struggling for an attack now? There are a few Overlords there, but they can be killed pretty easily by the Corsairs. There aren't that many Hydralisks to support. The Corsairs have +1, yes, the Corsairs do even have +1. The Dark Archon there, too. Goes through 6, I guess. Just transferred drones there. Oh, let's see. The triple Overlord Scout? Or triple Observer Scout? He should be able to take this down. Pretty good storms over the river. It wasn't much storm things for there to be super amazing storms. Big wave of seedlings come in, and that might be enough. Draw has a really Doom heavy army right now, and Dooms are not very big with seedlings. Dark Archon, mail from that! He gets something, man. Oh, there we go. He got the Zergling. But looks like Optus is going to keep pumping seedlings through, although 1-2 Zerglings versus 2-1 Zealots. Gonna advantage for the Zerglings. I think that Oxford are in position to be able to pump out enough units to win this. Yeah, we're just gonna do that here again. We're gonna be able to battle it. Oxford has his hive tech up. Ultralisk speed is just about to finish. No defiler mound though. At least like a seal. Oh, there it is. There's the defiler mound. And just lots and lots of traffic. So, draws pretty much 3 to take his 4th. It looks like he's going to be attacked by yet more cracklings, but I think that the Velton cannon is going to be enough. It's not, well, maybe not. It's going to be pretty close, actually. That cannon's not going to take anywhere near in time. But the cannon in the back is going to be enough, and reinforcements relative just to be sure anyway. But both players are doing a good job of defending their bases so far, so no real damage has been done by either player. Canada has a storm drop ready to go. Looks like Oxford is going to focus a lot of attention on trying to take out this base, but there are just so many speed blocks there with very nice upgrades to block that scope. With the good number of cannons in the back. Oxford pulls back a little bit. There goes the swarm, but there's not a lot of units actually underneath the swarm, not to mention that the armies are primarily Zealots. Zealots do get their +3 weapon upgrades. Do the Zerglings have No, they don't have +3 armor yet. So the Zealots do win that battle. They only 2-shot Zerglings. And Canada doing a very good job of keeping up his Corsair numbers. It's something that Canada likes to watch. They have really high Corsair numbers throughout the game, just constant replenishment. Most other Protosses, at some point, just decide the Corsairs aren't worth it anymore. But they do have applications in the late game if you can stick with them. Meanwhile, Oxford's first 3 bases are nearly mined out. A little attack going to be cleaned up pretty easily by Draw. This is looking like a pretty intimidating force. Man, there's so many cracklings, but no other support in 5 Archons. And it's like no amount of crackling is going to beat 5 Archons. Most of the sporting units have been taken out there, so Draw is not really going to be able to put any pressure on with this army until at least more reinforcements arrive. I don't think he's going to be able to attack at least. Looks like a lot of cracklings coming to attack Draw's main. Elon could be able to go down. Ooh, but no Overlord. Well, there's one Overlord in the vicinity, but he doesn't quite realize it yet. Storms take out a lot of units, though. Overlord goes. Draw is now mined out of his first 2 bases. Still has money on his second 2. Now taking up 6. So both players are essentially on 2 bases, with Oxford about to lose this base, and Draw not quite having taken this base yet. Officer really isn't focusing any of his attacks. It's just send a line of units across the map and attack a base to kind of hope that the A move works. Really isn't like any structure to it. He's not engaging at proper angles. And he's really not making any progress against Draw. He's now behind by 50 supply. Ugh. I'm taking good care of base for Arbiter Tribunal. So sometimes he likes to do that late game CBG. He gets into a situation where he's having a hard time breaking into any bases to get recalled it. But nope, not burned on the archives yet. Looks like a drop from Oxford, a very small one. But he does manage to get a couple cracklings under Swarm. Not going to be enough though, the Zealots are going to be able to kill the Freezer and manage to get under that. Well, maybe not. He's dropping more cracklings than actually. So it looks like Oxford may be able to do some damage here. Good Dark Swarm placement. The probes don't do damage under the Swarm, so they can't actually help out the Nurgling. Well, Oxford is finally going to be able to take on a base. Meanwhile, each flood unit heading across the map for Oxford towards Draw's Natural. But Draw's army is going to be in a position to intercept a good chunk of it. Storm going down, hitting a lot of units. Another very nice storm. And Toucan is doing a lot of damage with these Dark Templars. And Oxford is not keeping an overlord with his army. It's really costing him in the engagement. Very nice upgrade for Draw 331. Compared to well, Maxwell upgrade for Kyoto as well at 3.5. I see a Hydralisk, I'll click on that one. I'll get the range. But his army, while it does look very scary, it might not be enough to break through its city without Dragoon support. He had a lot of Dragoons earlier, but now has none. Looks like a very small drop, thinking about dropping it down, but not quite. These are the leftover units from taking up this base. Could take out this down here, might not realize it's there. So many Archons. Let's face it, man, I need some city here. Canada should be able to take it out. He might not have scouted this out. But this way he's doing a pretty good job of splitting the map. If you take the halfway line to be this one, Oxford hasn't taken one of his bases, and Straw hasn't taken two. Oh, second drone transfer. Well, if Toucan didn't know it was there before, he certainly knows it's there now. And he's going to go attack it. Oh, catches a second drone transfer. Nice. This was nice now down before any reinforcements come, so this base is going to go down very easily. A trail is coming up from behind, but shouldn't be able to do very much. Well, a lot of Ultralists coming in to help. But with storms being placed, hitting a lot of them, storm going down, the Archons need to back up a little bit so that they flash, so they're not just doing splash damage. And now, he backs up a little bit, but I think it's going to be too late. There are a good number of DPs though, so he's still going to win the engagement anyway. It's just going to take a while. Are there Overlords coming? No, I don't think he realizes yet that the DPs are doing a lot of damage. He should realize it now. There's no Protoss units left. But there's still a couple Corsairs here. There's the Overlord. There's the Overlord. So these DPs are actually going to be able to score a couple Ultralisk kills. Oh. That Overlord just like barely in range. And the DPs are still going to pull out 15 kills from 7 kills, and then one died with 10 kills. So these DPs doing a lot of damage. So I'll rebuild this base. Oxford, despite winning that nice engagement, still significantly down in supply, under 100 compared to 140. Now 150. The draw has now run out of money at his third, and running out of money at his fourth, meaning that this is going to be his last mining base. This one shouldn't be too hard for him to take, though. Little engagement. This one got a kill. Nice. Play goes down with a couple of the Zealots, about 5 of them. And Swarm means that the Archons aren't going to be very effective. Doc should probably pull back here, yeah. Just taking on a couple of Zerglings before he does. Yeah, now it really is a split. Now it is a very even-based game. Neither player taking the 9 or the 3 base, and then one base on Oxford's side not being taken, and one base on Japan's side not being taken yet. Those are some brave Zealots, man. They just like ran the gauntlet between Cracklings and Ultralisk. Just like, nope, don't give a fuck. They're gonna be loaded up into this little. Oh man. Oh man. 22 kills DC. Finally killed. I'm not sure what the seed blocks are gonna be able to do. I guess they're just gonna hang out here. Oh, they might be able to snipe the hatchery. Once some more of these units go away. You saw the dropship there, so I would imagine Oxford should suspect it, but sales here. Talking about her skins and admin. Look at Riley. Chilling. It's cool. It's cool. Canada is really starting to run out of money though. Hasn't quite expanded here yet. Money very low in both categories. Meanwhile, Oxford has a huge surplus of gas and not a lot of minerals. Not surprising considering how many Cracklings he's thrown away this game. But his expansion is almost mined out here. So he's retaking this space and now taking this space. Once he gets those up, he'll have 2, but he's about to be mined out. But once those two expansions get up, both players will be on 2 bases, with another player able to really secure middle left. So. Oh. DP drop. Jonas not the Chronicle. Because why not? I guess he has an opportunity to snipe a lot of tests. Might work out for him. Maybe the Spire. Overlord coming back, but there's no units. Surge, Ultralisk. Oh man, he's focusing on the wrong thing. He could definitely get the Ultralisk Cavern before these two Ultralisks finish. He's still going to be able to get the Ultralisk Cavern, but if that DT was attacking the hive, he might have been able to get that as well. Actually, if he had just attacked the Ultralisk eggs, he could have killed the Ultralisk. AFK DT! He could have taken out his hive, and he didn't have a Queen's Nest. But no. A shame. I don't know why Seiya was so surprised. Would be so surprised if Kid Canada wins this game. Kid Canada's been up like 50 supply for the past 30 minutes, or 20 minutes. So I don't think it'll be that big of a surprise at all if Kid Canada managed to win this. I mean, he's not able to actually killing bases. We've established that, but eventually officers will get frustrated and just give up. Pretty sure. Oh, but it looks like Draw has attacked a base with a few of his units. And he's going to take out the Ultralisk, but I think the passing is going to be enough to clean this up. I don't know why he's not bringing the rest of his forces. Well, no! Archons are good! Archons are good, man. Well, Defiler Mound is down. Defiler Mound is down. There's still a hive left, but every other tech building is pretty much gone. And here comes the wave of crackling. The Archon's focused on the Hydralisk gun. So, unfortunately, they went to different buildings. Could have gotten one of them to focus it. 113 supply compared to 190. So many cannons. And unless Kid Canada somehow lets Oxford take both the 3 and the 9, I'm pretty sure this game's wrapped up. I'm gonna at least... Oxford's gonna stop him. That's weird. We're skipping a little bit. Gonna be able to at least stop this base. But by preventing that base, there's still 2 base versus 2 base. Before Protoss has a 60 supply lead. That doesn't help you a lot. Nope. Yet another DT drop. That's the spawning pool again. And the Spires, because why the hell not? Yeah. You can come back. And Kid Canada's going to go after the last mining base for Oxford, and there's no defenses here. So, Oxford's completely stopped mining at this point, and he has next to no bench. Well, is he gonna... No, there's no way he can save this. I don't think there's any way he can save this. Looks like he's gonna win the battle on the outside, but the hatchery's still gonna go down anyway. So no, both of these hatches have gone down. There is no mining going on for Oxford at this time. He has just under 500 minerals. He has enough money to rebuild a hatchery, but only one of at a time. Oh man, that'd be really funny if he accidentally built another unit and then ran out of money and couldn't rebuild a hatchery. No, doesn't look like it's gonna happen then. Keep an eye on his money. Keep an eye on his money. Looks like he started mining from somewhere. Do some long distance mining. Oh, he's not doing long distance mining. He just built a base over here. Alright, that's about to be killed, but it's good. Yeah, Toucander's got this. It's 170 supply to build at 49. Alright. Toucander, man. Of all the people staff had on this team to get the reverse all kill, I was not expecting it to be Toucander. I didn't even know he played StarCraft. Apparently he does. And he's pretty darn good at it. No GP, no A, no D-note. Not a problem, man. Not a problem when you got a Protoss player. So, looks like all the drones get killed at Oxford's last mining expansion. Now long distance mining from here to here to try to recover enough money to build a hatchery or something. I don't know what he's gonna use the money for. Maybe he could use the money to drone up. No, just drone up that expansion. And now. Straw will finally take out the main that he has come so close to taking out so many times. I'm not sure why Oxford took this game. Smash versus 40. And he's long distance mining, man. What does Oxford think he can do? Aha! Storms those lings. Oh, look at those BM storms, man. Alright. So, nope, not even gonna leave these chapters. There's still a defiler up here, which plagues this. At some point, it just plagues this, so they're backed off. It's rather amusing. Oxford still long distance mining. Is that 124? You know, he's working his way up. I think he has like this Ultralisk and like those two Zerglings left as his only fighting unit. Oh, here's some lasers. Alright. Really though, why is he in this game? It's max versus 20. It's a max versus, there we go, GG. Draw did it. Reverse all kill. The first all kill is a reverse one. Very nice. Nope. That's it for me today. I'm gonna go watch the Super Bowl. Thanks to the sponsors, Twitch TV, Nerbopolis, and Prowler. And thanks to the viewers. See you guys next week. Go Pats.